We are here for Women's Economic Ventures, Weaves, the EDCs and SCORE's Supercharge Your Small Business with AI for Small Business Marketing, facilitated by Deborah Darris. This is part 2 of a 2-part session. If you missed session 1, don't worry about it. We do have a recording on the Weave YouTube channel. And we're just going to give a moment for a few more people to join.
By the way, while people are coming in, I would love to hear from you in the chat. What was your aha moment from the first training, if you were there? And what is it that you would like to get out of today's session? That will just help me customize the webinar to your needs. So the early bird does get the worm. If you just want to type it in the chat, love to hear that from you.
And we are very happy to be joined today by interpreters from Bridging Voices. And you will be hearing a brief introduction from them about how to enable the interpretation. Making sure Marisol and Ellis, everything is good for you. Okay. Unassigned. Okay, one moment. We'll get this right. I'm going to stop the interpretation. You tell me when to enable it, Ellis.
This is a bilingual message and will be repeated in English. Este es un mensaje bilingüe y será repetido en inglés. Buenas tardes. Para facilitar el acceso lingüístico, proporcionaremos interpretación simultánea entre inglés y español. Mi nombre es Elis González. Estoy aquí con mi compañera Marisol Olivera. Si usted es bilingüe, no tiene que presionar nada. Si usted no es bilingüe en inglés y español, tendrá que elegir el idioma en el que desea escuchar la interpretación. Si está usando una computadora, verá un icono en forma de globo en la parte inferior derecha de su pantalla que dice interpretación. Haga clic ahí y seleccione español. Si está usando la aplicación de Zoom en un iPad, tablet o teléfono, busque el menú de 3 puntos en la parte superior derecha de su pantalla. Haga clic en interpretación de idiomas y elige español. Les recordamos a los oradores que hablen uno a la vez y a un paso moderado. Good afternoon. In order to facilitate language access, we will be providing simultaneous interpretation between English and Spanish. My name is Elis Gonzalez, and I'm here with my colleague Marisol Olivera. If you are bilingual, you don't have to press anything. If you are not bilingual in English and Spanish, you will have to select the language that you wish to hear the interpretation in. If you're on a PC or laptop, look for the globe icon on the bottom right that says interpretation and select English. If you're on the Zoom application on an iPad or your phone, locate the 3-dot menu on the top right, click on language interpretation, and then select English. We'd like to remind our speakers to please speak one at a time and at a moderate pace. Thank you. You can assign us now.
Thank you so much, Ellis and Marisol. We're so pleased to be able to offer this training in both English and Spanish today. I'm going to just go back to the title slide and welcome all of you. My name is Ashley Goldstein. I'm the Associate Director for Business Training for Women's Economic Ventures. We're so pleased to be able to bring Supercharge Your Small Business with AI for Small Business Marketing, facilitated by Deborah Darris today. This is part 2 of a 2-part session, and don't worry if you missed session 1. We do have a recording of session 1 on Weave's YouTube channel. And Deborah did put a prompt, or ask for a prompt to put in the chat if you were with us for session 1. What were your key takeaways from session 1? Feel free to put those in the chat.
And also, what would you like to get out of today's session? Hi, Glenn. Nice to see you. Glenn wants to learn how to use AI for content creation. There was a couple of questions about the Santa Barbara certification that I mentioned. That is still in the works. So as soon as that is open for enrollment, which will probably be in the fall, I will let you know. Tanya says you're excited to, or Tanya, you're excited to build on last class, more hands-on skills. Okay, awesome.
Wonderful. And I just want to take a moment to thank Weave sponsors. Sessions like today are available only through their generous support. So the businesses and organizations that you see on the slide are Weave's generous sponsors. So want to extend a heartfelt thank you to them. And without further ado, I know many of you have already met Deborah during session 1, but I want to give her the introduction that she deserves and give you a little bit on her amazing background. Deborah's been a business owner since 2002, providing Fortune 100 companies with peak performance corporate training, and is also an international speaker and author. She served as a marketing consultant to various SBDC, small business development centers with expertise in digital marketing, specialty in content creation, social media, YouTube, SEO, Facebook, live streaming, Instagram, and now, most importantly, deep expertise in AI, one of the most cutting edge tools that's come our way in a while. Deborah is an English and Spanish speaker and has been a sought after professional speaker for over 20 years. And we're delighted to have her as an instructor at Women's Economic Ventures. And I'm going to go ahead and just turn things over to Deborah. We're so pleased that you're here with us today, Deborah. I'll stop my share.
Thank you so much, Ashley. And thank you, all of you, for creating time during your very busy day to grow your business and learn about AI. For those of you that were not here last week, I'll just give you a basic overview of what I talked about, which was why AI is important for you as a small business. The number one reason is because it's going to save you time, help you to be even more efficient, and increase your revenue. So today is a hands-on demo, which is why most of you came here, because I talked about the case for AI and I told you all the different ways you can use it. But today you're here because you want me to show you how to use it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight 3 of the most useful AI tools that I believe will help you grow your business. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of AI tools based on all different types of AI. Today, we're going to be talking mostly about generative AI, which allows you to create a prompt and you can get either text or you can get an image or you could get a video or you could get a presentation. It generates it from what you command it. And believe it or not, it's relatively easy to use. I just coached somebody who is 77 years young, who is a massage therapist, author, and speaker based out of Ventura County. And she was telling me, she's speaking at a conference coming up, that she was using AI, specifically Gemini, to be able to help her get her speech to the right minutes. I was like, that's a great, and she told them, well, this is my minute response for each of the panel questions. And I want to make sure that it's in this tone of voice for academia. And they were able to prepare her so that she was ready for her presentation. So this is just one of hundreds of cases that we're going to talk about during the next hour or so that's really going to make you realize how AI is going to work specifically for your small business. So we're going to get started with an AI platform that I think many of you are already familiar with, which is ChatGPT. Okay, so if you see on my screen, I have a lot going on my ChatGPT. I actually installed a plugin called AI PRM, which is on the resource sheet that I gave you last class. If you didn't take it on last class, I can send you another link. So it has some pre-programmed prompts here. If I want to optimize my website, if I want to write an article, etc. These are prompts that are already there. But because most of you may not have this, we're going to just start real simple. I'm going to start with ChatGPT 3.5, but I'm going to start with it intentionally because I want you to see the difference between the free version of ChatGPT, OpenAI, and then the paid version and all the benefits that ChatGPT 4 offers, which includes Dolly, includes a lot of customization and many other things. But what I want to do is I want to basically focus on all of you and your challenges, right? So many of you in the chat, like I saw Glenn put, you want to have AI help you develop content for your social media. So say you're Glenn and you're a talented music professional. He teaches guitar, right? And he teaches guitar classes online, right? So say you would like to create a, let's just say, Instagram post featuring your guitar lessons for online. What would you do? So you would make sure that you had a free OpenAI account. There's no charge for it. You just go to openai.com and you sign up for it. When you sign up for ChatGPT, I want you to double click on your name and notice, and I'm not sure if it's on the 3.5 version because I have the 4, but on right here where it says my plan, my GPT's custom ChatGPT, if you have the opportunity to customize your ChatGPT, you want to do that. They are giving you suggested customization prompts here, like where are you based? What do you do for work? What are your hobbies? These are not relevant to us as a small business owner. We want to put what is our unique selling proposition? Who is our avatar? What is our core value? What voice, what tone do we want our copy to be written into? So those are the ways that you can customize your ChatGPT. It's kind of, you want to think of AI as if you were training an employee, right? So in order for you to get the best, even if you were training an intern, if you want to get the best results, the best performance out of employee, you need to spend a little time training it, don't you? So AI is the same way, but the speed and the rate of the training is cut down so low, right? So it's not going to take a lot of time. You're not going to ever have to repeat yourself. Once you train your AI, once it knows what you're looking for, right? So that's why it's really important to take the time to tell them, you know, who are you, your USP, your avatar, your core values, your tone, your voice, so it knows how to write copy. But let's just say it doesn't know any of that. But so you want to educate it, right? So you're Glenn, you own Tinterin Music School, and you want to say, can you, I always say please, you don't have to say please. I'm so polite. Can you please write an Instagram post for my online guitar lessons for students, and this is only because I know Glenn, for students that want to learn classical music. So that's a big distinction, right? So it's not just any kind of guitar. It's classical guitar, and it's not just any kind of lessons. It's online lessons, right? And listen, and just a rule of thumb for all of the AI tools that you use, whether it's Gemini, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Canva, the more information you give it, the better information you're going to get out. That's so logical, right? So the better, it's just like the better you train someone, the better they're going to perform. Ideally, with humans, it can be variable. With machines, it's consistent, right? Because there's no emotions involved. It's code, right? So I'm not saying that AI is better than people because AI is not perfect and it takes a human being with sentient capacities to be able to look at something and say, oh, this is missing this emotional component, or it's missing that. Eventually, AI is going to be improved where it's going to catch on to nuances. But as of right now, you still need a human brain to be able to discern, is this good, is this not? So I do not recommend using AI verbatim, word for word. I recommend using AI. I thought of this yesterday. I thought this was a great example. Think of it as preheating your oven, right? So you're going to cook a delicious chicken casserole. In order for it to bake, you need to preheat the oven to get it started. So think of AI as getting your brain started. It's kick-starting, so you're not on a blank white sheet of paper. It's giving you kind of a skeleton, and then you can put the meat on the bones, okay? You can tell I'm hungry. Okay, so here we go. So this is what it wrote for Glenn. Dive into the timeless beauty of classical guitar with our online lessons. And then look, it put emojis of a guitar. I like that ChatGPT puts emojis. I don't know if Gemini does that. We'll test it. Whether you are a beginner, eager to explore the enchanting melodies of Bach, ooh, they knew some classical artists, or an intermediate player striving to master the intricate techniques of Villalobos. Our curriculum caters to all levels. Ooh, that's nice, Glenn, right? From refining your finger style to unraveling the secrets of renowned compositions. And Glenn, you could take that sentence and customize it based on what you actually do. If you do that, it's fine to keep it in. If you do something a little different, then customize it to you. I highly recommend that you always customize whatever they write and make it very specific, because when you do that, you're going to attract your avatar, your ideal best client. And they're going to be connected to you because it's not going to be just words on a paper. It's going to have the soul of your business. And then people are going to be able to feel that through the writing, and they're going to want to hire you. Okay. And when it comes to hiring you, everything is based on trust, right? When we think of social media, we think of marketing, it's a relationship. What do you need for a relationship to work? You need trust. You need to like the person, and you need to respect the person, like trust, like respect. So that's what you're doing with your training of your AI. You're teaching them to understand your brand. So it's going to be easy for you to be able to communicate that. One thing I will say about ChatGPT is I don't love the hashtags. However, this one is really good. Classical guitar, online lessons, right? Remember, Glenn, we talked about SEO and keywords. Musical journey, I don't love. What you would want to put instead of musical journey is the name of your company. Always use as a hashtag the name of your company so you can start branding your company. Okay. Guitarists of Instagram is awesome. You may want to say guitar teachers of Instagram. That could be better, et cetera, et cetera. So if you like this, you could copy it. And then what you want to do, I'm going to show you what I do very practically, is I open up a Google Doc, maybe use Microsoft Word, whatever you use. But I'm just going to show you what I do on a practical basis. Okay. And then I'm going to go paste without formatting. It's really important that you paste without formatting, because if you don't, it's going to have a black bar, right? So I'm just going to write Glenn on this. Okay. So, and then this is your place where you can rewrite this. One of the things that you want to make sure that you do with every social media post, which ChatGPT 3.5 did not do, I'm wondering, and we're going to test it, if ChatGPT 4 will do it, because ChatGPT 4 is like a master's degree level student, and ChatGPT 3.5 is like a high school level student. Think about it like that. So it has more information, more memory, more training, more experience, etc. But one of the things you always want to have that's missing here is a call to action. And you have to be very, very careful that your call to actions do not break the unwritten rules of the social media platforms. What are the unwritten rules? Anytime you put a link in Facebook, in LinkedIn, they flag it, because Facebook and LinkedIn, their major goal is to keep you on their platform, because that's how they get eyeballs for advertising dollars. YouTube doesn't mind if you put a link because guess what? YouTube is owned by search. And who owns search? Google. And who owns YouTube? Google. So you can put all the links in the world on YouTube, which is, I don't know why a lot of small businesses aren't using YouTube. YouTube is my number one salesperson. YouTube is very good and highly recommended for optimization. Okay. Just a little side note. But what about Instagram? Instagram's owned by Facebook, which is Meta, and they have the same rules. They don't want you to say, which is what most small businesses say, is link in bio. Just this week, they started dinging people for saying link in bio. So how do you get people, if you're Glenn, small business owner, to get to your website to register for your services? There's multiple ways. When you do your post, you know, I've been working with Glenn, and you do your Instagram reel on Canva, and we'll go over to Canva and I'll show you how. You want to have your website text as an overlay on your video, so people can easily see your website right when you're talking, right? So it's very, very clear. What else can you say besides link in bio? You could say, comment below and then give them a keyword like guitar. Comment below the word guitar if you're interested in more. And then you can either if you don't have a big following, then everybody that says guitar, you could reply back to them and maybe, you know, give them information. You could DM them because now they expressed interest. If you want to automate that process, there's another AI tool that I put on your resource list. Write this down. This is a tool I'm actually going to start using for my own Instagram because I see all of the marketers and the influencers that are making money are actually using it. It's called ManyChat, and it will automate that process. So as soon as someone writes the word guitar, it will automatically send them a link to your calendar, Glenn, so that they can schedule either if you do free consultations or schedule a class or buy a package, and it's all automated. So that's one of the ways that AI helps us. So I know I gave you more information than you may have wanted to know, not just AI, but some social media marketing strategy, because the reason we're using AI is so that we convert to sales. We're not just using AI to be cute and trendy. We're using AI because as small business owners, the only way we're going to stay in business is if we have sales. Okay. So cool. So that's one way of using ChatGPT 3.5. Since we have a relatively small group, before I go to the next concept, any questions or comments on that? You can put it in the chat. Just want to see if anybody has questions, comments on that. And we're going to try to it says, can you put the link on the chat? The link to what? Let me know.
They're looking for a link to ChatGPT. Is that what you're looking for, Victor?
Yes, sorry, I heard that
Okay.
you were saying money something, and I'm not sure. I know chat.
Oh,
yes,
ManyChat. Yes.
ManyChat.
Thanks,
Sorry.
Emma.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you so much, Deborah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so ManyChat. Yeah, check it out. Could you please send your list from last week's session? Oh, the AI resource list. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I can't do it right this second, but maybe Ashley can do it. Drop the link from the AI resource list. Yes. Okay, please post your contact info. How can we get the resource page? Okay, cool. I mean, I could look at it, but then I'll have to stop the training to do that. Hold on. If you guys need it right this second.
I can drop
Do you
it in
have,
the chat.
you could drop
I
it
can
in.
do it.
Okay. Okay. So I want to go back. Thank you for those great questions. I want to go back to ChatGPT 3.5 because I want you to see if there's any difference if we do the same request in ChatGPT 4, just so you can see for your own eyes if it's worth it to do the upgrade, right? So I'm just going to ask the same request, but I'm going to put it in ChatGPT 4 rather than ChatGPT 3 just to see if it's a little more comprehensive, if it's more expansive, and if it's not, I'll show you another reason why you want to upgrade. Here we go. So I just put in the request. You always want to have a new window when you're asking things. Okay, so certainly, so it's a little different. Oh, wow. Look at this, Glenn. Look at this. You guys see the difference? Everybody say, ooh, ah, in the chat, like when you see fireworks, right? Ooh, ah. Okay, so what did it do that was different? Well, one of the things I teach in the social media marketing strategy courses is the anatomy of a social media post. So the anatomy of a social media post, you start with a headline. So that's what they did with ChatGPT 4. ChatGPT 3 gave you a generic little thing that it thought was good. But look, ChatGPT 4 gave you the anatomy of a social media post with number one, headline, discover the timeless beauty of classical guitar. And you could rewrite that, Glenn. You could go back here and say, can you come up with another headline besides discover? It sounds too feminine. I don't know. Discover the timeless beauty for me of classical guitar. Maybe you like it, Glenn. You can tell me if you like it. But I want, here's an alternative headline. And then I could say, can I have 20 more? They'll give me 20 more. The wonderful thing about AI is you can be very demanding of them and they'll never, like humans, get overwhelmed or stressed. That's the wonderful thing about AI. I like this. Unleash your inner maestro with online classical guitar lessons. And then I could say 3 more. I'm not being polite anymore. Normally I would say, please, can I have 3 more? Now, master the art of classic guitar online. Begin your musical odyssey. Elevate your guitar skills. Dive into the world of classical music online. Oh, I like that one. Transform your passion into mastery, online classical. And you can use all of them, right? Because you're going to be posting every day, right, Glenn? So let's go back. So they have the headline. Then they ask a question. So anytime that you are doing digital marketing or even online speaking, you want to start with a question. Why? Because people don't care what you say. They care how you can help them, right? So if you start with a question, you're focused on them. Are you fascinated by the rich, expressive sounds of classical music? And you could say a different word. If you don't like fascinated, you could ask for a different adjective. Do you dream of weaving melodies that resonate with depth and history? So one of the things we didn't do with this post is we didn't say what tone to write it in. We could say write it in a masculine tone, or write it in a whimsical tone, or write it in a corporate tone, or write it in a playful tone. So we didn't say that. So it's just guessing what we like. And we could always edit it. We could say rewrite this in a corporate tone, or in a fun tone, or in a young person tone, or in a X generation tone, or millennial tone. Okay. And then it's saying, look no further. Introducing our online guitar lessons tailored specifically for enthusiasts of classical music. And then you could say, facilitated by Glenn Trinteron with over 30 years of experience as a guitarist, blah, 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 blah. And you can add a sentence about your expertise, right? Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to refine your skills, our courses are designed to guide you on a musical journey through the ages. So it's focused on how it can help you. Here's what we offer. And they did bullet points with emojis. Why are emojis so important when it comes to social media posting? Is because if you don't have emojis, it's black and white. And what would you rather pay attention to? Something that's black and white, or something that's in color? It pops. Part of what we want to do with social media marketing is stop the scroll. So here it is, popping, popping, popping. And then it says, join a community of like-minded musicians. And then it has the call to action. So see how 3.5 was missing the headline. It was missing the bullet points. It was missing the call to action. And this one has it. Okay, so you see the difference? So that's one of the differences. The other difference with ChatGPT 4 is it includes, for $20 a month, Dolly. So what is Dolly? Dolly is a generative AI program that does text to image. Hopefully, eventually it'll do text to video. So it does text to image. So you could say, can you create a Dolly graphic? I don't have to say Dolly graphic because it should know it, but because I have Canva, plugged in here. I want to make sure it's going to do a Dolly graphic and not a Canva graphic, but I'm pretty sure it knows. I like to err on the side that it doesn't know, even though it does. So I give it extra information. You don't have to. Can you create a Dolly graphic for this Instagram post on online guitar? I don't have to say that either. You're going to find you don't have to, what you would have to tell a human, you don't have to tell a computer because it stores the information. Okay, so to create an image for Instagram post for I'll create for the Dolly. Oh, so it created the prompt for me. And this is why I love Dolly more than I love Midjourney. Midjourney, which is another AI graphics app, you would have to type, imagine a visually engaging, vibrant scene that captures the essence of online guitar lessons, all of that. See this? What ChatGPT does is it takes your basic sentence and it rewrites it into a 1-paragraph prompt so that you get an image that is aligned with your brand. And when you look at this prompt, if you don't like it, you could highlight it and rewrite it, right? So, oh, there's the guitar. And you could say, oh, I want a Fender guitar. I want this type of guitar, whatever. Or I want a blue guitar. I want a purple guitar. And then it's asking you to rate it. And you could do thumbs up or thumbs down because you want to give feedback to your AI assistant to let it know it's doing a great job or it's not doing a great job. And guess what? Unlike humans, it won't be offended. It won't take it personally. It'll just be like, okay, you don't like it? Let me do something else. Right? Isn't that cool? The other thing that I love about Dolly that I don't love about Imagine.meta, which is why I'm not showing you Imagine.meta, is Imagine.meta is free. However, it has a logo watermark right on the image, which is not fun. I mean, you could remove the watermark or put your logo over it with Canva, but then that's a 2-step process. We want something that's fast and free. Right? Or fast. It's not free, but it's included with your ChatGPT 4. Then you just click on this arrow right here and you could say guitar lesson post and you can just upload it right to Instagram, which by the way, I'm sure you all know this if you've ever attended my social media marketing webinars or classes or consulting. You definitely do not want to do an Instagram post. You would want to make this into a reel. So you just upload this to Reels and Reels will make it into a video. So you don't have to do anything else, but make sure you do it as a reel because you'll get 10 times the amount of visibility. Posts are generally going just to the people that are following you. Reels, because of the competition with TikTok, they are going in the For You tab. They're going in the hashtag hub. They're going in the search. They're going in like 10 other places. So you have the ability to be discovered by people that are interested in your topic of online guitar lessons. What do you think about that? I'm going to stop for a minute. What do you think? Tell me in the chat, are you going for ChatGPT 3 or ChatGPT 4? And I'm not trying to get you to buy something that you don't need. I want you to see the value of 4. So most of you are like 4. So it's a big difference. I mean, most people think, oh, well, the free version is functional, but it's also limited because it's the information stopped like in 2021. Whereas ChatGPT 4, which probably like the iPhone, they're going to come out with ChatGPT 4, 5, whatever. It just has more features. Linda, love that question. I will be talking at the end about workshops you can sign up for. Great question, Linda. Love it. For eventually. What did you think, Glenn? Especially Glenn, since that was focused on your specific. Did you like the post, what it did? Right? Don't worry, Glenn, you have me and I have 4. So you can use my ChatGPT 4. I'll make the post for you, Glenn. Don't worry. Glenn is my client through the EDC. Okay, cool. You love it? Okay, good. Okay, that's not all. There's more. We're going to continue. I don't want to spend too much time with ChatGPT, but it's the one that I use the most. Okay, so let's take another example from one of you. Okay, since you took time out of your day to be here. who has a business that they want help with? Just put the name of your business and what it is you sell and who you sell it to in the chat. I'll just take the first person that writes it in. And I'm going to use ChatGPT to create something for you. And when I say something, it can be a blog. It could be a newsletter. It could be copy for your website. One of the things that I did this morning with a client, she is a life insurance agent helping Christians invest in life insurance. I know. So she is going to be doing workshops at churches. And so we use ChatGPT to help her outline her workshop for her church. And look, wait, I have to show it to you. So they came up, we gave them very little information. We said, I am a financial strategist specializing in helping women retire tax-free using biblical principles. I would like to speak to churches on the 5 ways to retire tax-free. Can you write me I didn't even say workshop description, but they knew what I was thinking. Thank you, AI. AI ChatGPT 4. I don't know if ChatGPT 3 would know that. I said, can you write me a description so I can send to the church to promote my workshop? Oh, I did say workshop. Absolutely. And this is what they came up with. They did the workshop title. They did 2 paragraphs explaining in a most beautiful way. Join us for an enlightening workshop designed specifically for women who are looking to secure their financial future with wisdom and grace. I love that they use the word grace. Isn't that nice? And then they went on. And then they talked about key highlights, bullet point. They put the keyword biblical foundations, keyword financial wisdom. They put interactive Q&A session, which my client Danette didn't even plan on doing, but she is now. And then they said, who is this workshop for? Perfect for women of faith. Here's the date and time. And she can take this, I was telling her, and when she approaches churches and say, I will do this for free. There's no charge. I'll just ask the participants to donate or tithe to the church as a thank you. How could they say no to that, right? And she could say, you could use this in your existing email newsletter, which then she can get people to sign up for her newsletter. Space is limited, and it's just an added value to the church. And it's a way that she could get people to know about her services. And if they feel called to, they will spiritually led, they will sign up. If they don't, they don't. But isn't that a great way to use ChatGPT 4? I was just stalling, waiting for you to come up in the chat. Do you guys like that? What do you think? That was a very practical use of that. Cool, right? Okay, so we're going to go with, in fact, everybody that put your information in there, I'll try to get to all of you. All of my examples, I will use what was written in the chat. So we'll just go one at a time, and I'm going to use as many of your requests as possible throughout this workshop. Okay, we have time. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Who do we have first? Okay, Ginger. Let's start with Ginger and we'll just go down the list. Event planning, Snap Productions. Okay, so say you are an event planner and you know the power of blogging to be able to use keywords to get traffic to your website, right? For your Snap Productions. But you don't have time to write a blog. You're so busy running around doing your event planning, right? You're doing a million different things, wearing a million different hats, right? Am I right that you're doing that? I'm sure you are. Okay. So, right, Ginger? Okay. So I'm Ginger and I want my assistant. Should we continue using ChatGPT 4? Yeah, let's continue with 4. So we want to write a blog. So I'm just going to say, and I didn't get a lot of information from Ginger, but don't worry, ChatGPT 4 can get up to speed. Can you write a blog? By the way, do you have a website? that's Ginger, that's on the web right now, Snap Productions, because the wonderful thing about ChatGPT 4, if you have a website that's out there, it may be able to look at it and understand the vibe of your brand.
I just put it in the chat.
Okay, good. Thanks, Ginger. Hey,
Thank
nice to
you.
see you. Nice to see you. Okay, so let's just, and this is what I love to do with AI, is I like to test it, just to see how much it can do for me. Worst case scenario, it doesn't know. Best case scenario, it does know. Okay, so can you write a blog? And I'm going to say specifically for SEO to come up in Google. I'm going to say Google because, you know, ChatGPT has a special relationship with Microsoft, which is Bing focused. So you have to specifically say Google because it will always favor Bing. Sneaky, right? Can you write a blog specifically for SEO to come up in Google search for an event planning company? You can refer to the website Snap, www.snap-productions.com to get a feel for our offerings, right? Let's see, Ginger. Can you write a blog? And I'm going to say a 350 word blog because that's what you need for SEO. Anything else we want to put in here, Ginger? Can you write a 350 word blog specifically for SEO to come up in Google search? Maybe we should give them a topic on the 5 mistakes people make when choosing an event planner. And then the end of the article, you will say, you know, and this is why you want to choose Snap Productions to schedule your complimentary consultation to find out how we can serve you and all your event needs. Click on this link below. You can do links on your own blog. Okay. What do you think about that, Ginger? Cool? Okay. Unless you want them to write a different title. 5 mistakes people make when choosing an event planner with a call to action to schedule a Zoom meeting with Ginger, the owner, to find out about booking. Okay, let's see. Ready, go. Boom. This time, drink your water. Oh, I have no more water. Okay, so it's going to work. Okay. You can take a breath while it's working. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, okay. I gave it a lot of, maybe it's going to your website. Wouldn't it be awesome? Okay, so given the scope of your request, I know I asked a lot. I'll craft a blog. I did ask a lot of them. You think if you asked a person that they'd have to be an expert copywriter and an expert in SEO and an expert in marketing and an expert in conversion. Like they would have to know so many things. This is why we like machines. They just have large language models that remember all of these things. Okay, given the scope of your request, I'll craft a blog post optimized for SEO, focusing on the 5 mistakes people make when choosing an event planner. Since I can't access the external websites directly, I'll base the content. Oh, so they couldn't do that. I'll base the content on general best practice for event planning companies. So even though since they couldn't access the external website, you could, if you wanted to do this yourself, Ginger, give them like your mission statement or your unique selling proposition or your client avatar, just so that they have even more specific information. But just for the sake of this example, I just want you to see what can be done, right? It's not going to be perfect right now, ready for Ginger to use, but it's a good start preheating the oven of our AI blog cake. Okay. 5 mistakes people make when choosing an event planner. Choosing the right planner is crucial for the success of your event. Oh, and then they said at Snap Productions, we understand the intricacies involved in event planning and the common pitfalls many encounter in the selection process. Here are 5 mistakes to avoid when choosing an event planner, ensuring your event is memorable for all the right reasons. Oh, I like that, Ginger. What do you think? Not checking experience and portfolio, ignoring reviews and testimonials, overlooking communication skills, misunderstanding the services offered, focusing solely on price. Ooh, I like that because Ginger is not cheap. It's value based, right? Schedule a meeting with Ginger. Avoid these mistakes by choosing Snap Productions for your next event. Schedule a Zoom meeting with Ginger, our owner, to discuss how we can bring your vision to life, whether you're planning a corporate event, private celebration, or anything in between. We're here to ensure your event is unforgettable. Call to action. Contact us today to find out about booking and how we can create an event that exceeds your expectations. Look at this. What do you think? And obviously, you wouldn't just copy and paste that into your blog. You would copy and paste it into a doc. You would edit it, put your gingerisms in there, all your flavor and flair that makes Ginger and Snap Productions the best event planning company. And then boom, it's ready to go. And guess what else you could do, Ginger? You could make that into your newsletter. So you could do a newsletter, 5 mistakes that many people make when event planning. And then in the newsletter, you could do 1, 2, and then you say, click here to read the blog to find out more. And then it forces the readers to go to your website, which happens to have all the information to book you either for, consultation or book you for an event. What do you think, Ginger? What do you think? Where's Ginger? What do you think? You guys, what
No,
does
I thought
everybody
it was
think?
great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So you see how it gets the oven pre-baked? Because some of us, speaking of baked, our brains are fried. If you're an
But
entrepreneur
what is a client avatar?
oh, this is what we teach in our Get Your Small Business online classes and set classes here at Weave. So your client avatars, thank you for bringing this up. This is your ideal client. This is your best client. And it's so important. This is why I love teaching at Weave, is because without understanding your client avatar, which is obviously you can do event planning for anyone, corporate, personal, but when you know your ideal client, the best client for your business model, that's the other thing we teach. We help you with your business model, and we help you with your business plan and your pitch deck and all of that. When you're clear on that, then you do all of your messaging, all of your AI copywriting to attract your ideal client. I'll give you an example, Ginger, and this is great for all of you, I'm sure, not just Ginger. So yesterday I was coaching a couple. It was a nurse and a policeman, and during the pandemic, they decided their jobs were too stressful. Makes sense, and they quit, and they started a wedding videography and photography business. And yes, as a videographer, photographer, you could do weddings for anyone that wants to get married. However, when you take the time to decide on your client avatar, you could do the same amount of work and get so much more money. So they decided they only wanted to do luxury weddings. So they have a questionnaire on their website that your budget for the wedding needs to be $100,000 or they don't take your business. And they focus all of their marketing and messaging on people that's their budget. And they do the same quality, great work, but they're able to charge what they're worth to be able to have both of them quit their jobs. And they also have 2 employees. See the difference? Right? Does that make sense, Ginger? Yes. Does that make sense, everyone? This is so important. I'm so glad you brought that up. Such good. This is why I love interactivity, because there's no point in learning AI just to have information. We want to be strategic with our AI. We want to use it to grow a business that works for our lifestyle, right? That works for us. Okay. Very important. Okay, cool. Okay. So now that we finished Ginger, let's go to our next contestant. Oh, the price is right now. Auntie Babayan Real Estate. I love Auntie Babayan Real Estate. So when you talk about real estate, not Auntie, Ati Bayaban Real Estate. Ati. Okay. So say you're Ati and you are doing real estate and you want to create a presentation. Okay, we're going to move over to Canva for a second. Okay, and you want to create a presentation because you think it would make strategic sense to, instead of going door knocking, one client, trying to get one client at a time, one homeowner, one seller at a time, maybe you want to be smart about it and form a strategic alliance with title companies, or you want to form a strategic alliance with mortgage people or notary people, and you want to do a presentation to be able to show them what you offer and why you would be a great referral source for them. I actually do a lot of presentations and coaching, like for Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams, Provident Title. I teach a lot of social media marketing for them, and it's very specific. Okay, so we're gonna come back. We might come back to ChatGPT, but I don't want to favor ChatGPT over the other ones because they're all good, right? All the ones I'm showing you are good. Okay, so say we are in Canva. So what is Canva? Canva is canva.com. It's on your AI resource sheet, which I think Ashley dropped into the chat. Canva, I have a link of like a 45-day free trial, if for some reason you don't have Canva. What is Canva's unique selling proposition? It's graphic design made easy. And it's very, very easy. They have all these templates. I just made a banner for Weave, just did a presentation for Weave. I have a lot of stuff in here. So what are we going to do? We're going to make a presentation for Miss Babian. Okay, so we're going to go to presentations, and you probably are, many of you already using Canva and regular Canva, but there's regular Canva, and then there's Canva Magic AI. What is Canva Magic AI? It allows us to pre-bake the oven again so that we can get the, because you were thinking about, I don't know what to put in this presentation. I know I need to impress these title people and the mortgage brokers, but what do I do? So you use Canva's AI. You go to Magic Studio, and Magic Studio has Magic Design for Presentations, which you can click. You could click Try Magic Design. What is the difference between Magic Design for Presentations and regular Canva presentations? It has AI, generative AI. What is generative AI? It's where you write a 5-word prompt and it generates an image, text based on your prompt. In this case, it generates text and images at the same time. With ChatGPT, you have to do the text and then you do the image. But with Canva Magic, you can simultaneously do the text and the image at the same time. Okay, so I could say real estate presentation for mortgage loan officers, right? High-end luxury property presentation for real estate investors, real estate. Oh, look at, they have all these different suggestions. Real estate presentation for mortgage brokers. Uh-oh. My screen got really big for a second. Hold on. Let me fix my screen for a second. I pressed a button and it made it zoomed. Okay, no more zooming. You just want regular. Oh, hold on. I might end up just closing my Canva for a second. Okay, I'm going to close it. We're going to just restart it. Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second. Work with me. You know what? I might switch computer. I have another computer open. at this time. Hold on. Okay, so here we are at home. Anytime something glitches, I think maybe I needed to break it down again for you. There's always a reason for everything. Can you still see my screen? Oh, no, you can't. Hold on. Let me go to this. Okay. Do you ever think that when you write a letter and then you lose it or it gets deleted, that it needed to be a different letter or it needed to be something else? That's how I feel. Okay, so maybe I needed to show you this slower. Okay, we're at canva.com. We're going to Magic Studio. Okay, then we're going to click Magic Design for Presentations. Step 3. Now we're going to go to Try Magic Design. Okay, I'm not going to press any crazy buttons. Now we are going to type the 5-word prompt, which is like real estate presentation or title. Is there somebody with their line?
I muted her. I got her muted.
Okay, great. Okay, so now what it's doing, can you guys see, or is it still crazy screen? Okay, so see in the left corner where it says Magic Design, now what it is doing, so it's giving you 2 options. These are just normal basic templates that have graphics, but what Magic Design is doing is it's creating text and graphics. So see where it says see all? So we can pick one that we like, and it's basically going to be like baking the oven to get us started. So here is the presentation that it did, and we can just switch out the copy that it gave us. And by the way, we only gave it 5 words. So it's not like ChatGPT that it has a lot of information to go from, but there is another tool that I can show you that's called Docs to Decks, where if you outline in, I'm going to show you in Canva, Magic Write, the text you want, it'll create a presentation from your copy. Okay. So here it is here. Okay. So it basically says impactful real estate concepts today, cash flow, location, value. And you could redesign this. Like if you're doing this for strategic partners, you don't need to talk about real estate concepts. You need to talk about yourself and why you are a great real estate agent to partner with. And blah, blah, blah. So, but here, look, it started the presentation off, and now you can go in here and switch out graphics, switch out. This is actually kind of better for your client than for the title people. But so it gets you started. Okay. So that's Magic Presentation with AI. I also want to show you how to use that for Docs to Decks. Okay. So say you are in Canva. I'm so tempted to use my other computer because this got small. Oh, wait, stop, share. Can you see?
It's thinking.
Catch up with us.
Come on.
Come on, Zoom.
We move quick. Let's go.
Technical difficulties, right?
Yeah, it's still
I'm
not
actually
sharing.
thinking of switching computers just because this is kind of glitching. Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to switch.
Okay. While people are waiting for Deborah to switch, I just wanted to take a moment for you to start thinking about when what Deborah was talking about client avatars. In a moment, I'm going to show you toward the end of this webinar Weave's client avatars, and you'll see, and I'll show kind of a picture and a description, and I'll want you to self-identify with the client avatar that you most relate to. I have Dreaming Diana, somebody who's really ready to embrace their entrepreneurial spirit, several business ideas, but not really sure where to begin. Building It Brenda, starting to feel overwhelmed with all the many hats you have to wear. As a business owner, you want to leverage the power of AI to map out your business and prioritize actions. Or are you Crushing It Kathy, an established business owner who's been in operation for several years to take things to the next level? So as I said, toward the end of the webinar, I'm going to do a quick quiz for you to think about which of those 3 avatars do you relate with most? And I'll share some resources, Weave resources that you can sign up for based on who you identify and what stage you're in your business journey.
I love your avatar. When I was writing my book, Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict, I was like, there's Luisa, the people pleaser, and then there's Mañana Juana, who's always procrastinating,
I love it.
and there's
Yeah, so
Lizzie.
I'm excited to share those. I'll share them toward the end.
Okay, wonderful. This is why I always have a backup computer. Always have a backup. I have actually 3 computers. So if one computer starts acting up, you got another one. So now it looks so much better, right? I don't know if it looks better to you. It looks better to me. I can actually function. I couldn't function before.
It's
Okay.
better.
So check this out. So one of the other ways that AI can help you with your business, if you want to do newsletters, if you want to do blogs, if you want to do social media posts. So obviously you have ChatGPT, but did you know that Canva, besides graphics, can in addition help you with your writing? What? Did you know that? So it can. So what I did, and I don't know if I should speak it out loud. I went to Canva Home and then I clicked on Doc. And by the way, when Canva has new features, they'll say, you may want to try this, right? So here is the doc and they're saying, you may want to try this. So I clicked on the doc, and when you click on the doc, it is opening Canva's version of ChatGPT. Did you know Canva had a version of ChatGPT? Yes, it does. Okay. So you click on this plus button. Oh, wow. And then see where and then you select Magic Write. Just like when you are in ChatGPT, or just like when you're in, Gemini or any other program, it's generative AI. It says use 5 words to describe what you want to write. So I'm going to go back to the chat and I'm going to look at one of your examples. We did Ginger. We did Glenn. Let's see what Victoria, I think it's Victoria, maybe not Victoire. And so providing comprehensive services that enable businesses and entrepreneurs to gain access to the US market and succeed. I don't know exactly what that is. Strategic customized content. I want something that's, I don't know if they're going to know what that is. Providing comprehensive services that enable businesses and entrepreneurs to gain access to the US market. Do you know what that means? Gain access? Access to what?
No, it's mainly prospecting, giving them their first contact with clients, distributors.
Import, export, probably.
Yes.
Okay, import,
Yes,
export.
to
Okay.
be able to, yeah, sorry.
Got it. I missed that keyword in my brain. Okay, so use 5 words. Okay, so can you write a Facebook post for a import export business? Okay, let's just see. Same philosophy, right? And you actually don't have to say, can you write? It's not required. I hate that they use that font. Anyway, exciting news alert. Are you ready to, by the way, I have put my tone to be fun and friendly, which is why this is fun and friendly and engaging. You might want to have it more corporate or more government, depending on your business. And I'll show you where to do that. But that's why there's so many emojis. That's why there's exclamation points. Do you think it sounds like me? Actually, it kind of does. Exciting news alert. Are you ready to take your business global? But I don't want it to sound like me. I want it to sound like you. So what you want to do is make sure that when you go to Canva in the brand section, there's a place where you could put brand voice. And ChatGPT has this in customized instructions. All of the AI, they're going to have that like in their settings, like and basically you want to know going back to client avatar, you want to know your customer, because when you know your customer, you're going to have it in the voice of your customer so that they will resonate resonate with it. So exciting news alert. Are you ready to take your business global? Our import export business is here to help you, blah, 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 blah. So that was a post. But if you wanted to go from docs to decks, remember I told you they have docs to decks. So I don't know if we do docs to decks, docs to decks. I want to see if I can get it from here. No. Here it is. Oh, so did you see how I had to find it? I went to 2 levels. And this is what you want to do with Canva and also AI is if you look one place and you don't find it, don't use your left brain because your left brain will get stressed and overwhelmed. Use your right brain, which is like a 2-year-old on an iPad, and get really curious and be like, well, let me press this button, see if it'll guide me, and it will. Because if I start thinking and getting stressed, I can't find anything. But if I stop thinking and I just start pressing buttons like a 2-year-old, I find it. So this is brand new. They didn't even have this last time I taught, Ashley. This is like hot off the press. It's called Welcome to Docs to Decks. Get started, right? So you can put headings and then bullets, and then it will use headings to create a new slide. So it could be, import, export, and then add text to your document like this. And then it says plus to quickly add images. Oh, wait, did you see that with the plus? So if I wanted to add an image, subtitle, you could do a bullet point list. And then it's going to convert it. Anything that I type on here, see where it says convert? So whatever I type on here, and then I can select the template, and then it will create the presentation based on what you wrote on that doc. So anything that you wrote, it will have here ready to be presented. It's just look, all I put was import export. So that's why that was the only thing it had. But isn't that cool? By the way, those of you that don't know, with the Canva paid account, you have a brand kit. It's very important to take the time and put your brand colors, which my colors are Weave's colors. How convenient. Your fonts, especially if you're delegating to a virtual assistant and you want to make sure that your colors, your logo, your tone of voice, that everything is congruent and aligned. So see where it says generate in this brand voice. So it says create content that is fun, empowering, inspiring, and engaging. That's my brand. Maybe you, Ginger, you have, all of you have your brand voice. And when they say see all, they give you like options of what you want for your brand voice. You put your photos, graphics, icons. It's just a really fast way to create content. So what do you think about Canva magic? You guys like that? Anybody using Canva magic? Oh, hi, PR girls. PR girls are here. You love it. Oh, you got disconnected. It's okay. So did I. I had to switch over. You're all good. What do you guys think of Canva? Oh, that's a great idea. You're the perfect segue. Thank you, Miss Bayaban. She says, could we compare and contrast ChatGPT and Gemini? You've led me to my next section. Thank you so much. I paid her to do that. You're perfect. Yeah. And so, by the way, those of you that are like, what is Gemini? Isn't that a horoscope? Isn't that Prince's sign? No. Gemini used to be formerly known as, like Prince was formerly known as Prince, and then he was the sign. It's formerly known as Google Bard, was renamed a couple weeks ago to Google Gemini, probably for legal purposes. Who knows? But I discovered Google Gemini and began using it on a trip to Mexico when I had a little bit of work to do. And I realized I needed my oven to be pre-baked with some help, with some AI. And ChatGPT did not work for me where I was in Playa del Carmen. So I had to discover Gemini. So what is Gemini? You're going to like Gemini. For those of you that don't like paying for things, because it's free. But when I say it's free, Think about it. Anything you have from Google that's free, your information is being used and sold, and nothing is free. Like my dad always says, nothing in life is really free, right? So there is a cost that you have with using Google Gemini, whatever information they're gathering. It's connected to your Gmail. You know, and I want to give you an example of how companies use our information, even with all the laws. So I have an Amazon TV, and of course, you sign in with your Amazon account. And I'm watching Amazon Prime, which Amazon Prime has ads, right? And they want you to pay the $2.99 to not have ads. Listen to what they did. They were using ads from my shopping history. So they took the collagen that they know I like and the probiotics that they know I like, and they were putting them in the commercials. So so here's the pros and cons of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, you're paying, but allegedly, I say allegedly, they're not supposed to be using your information in any deleterious or uninformed manner. Not to say that they won't, but Google Gemini, if you're getting something for free, they are for sure using your information in some way. Just so you know that. Okay. But you're already, if you're using Gmail, Google already has you. Okay. So what's wrong with using Gemini, right? Okay. So anyway, so they call me Latina because my Gmail name is they think my name is Latina. It's okay. So look, so one of the things that Gemini has is like little tutorials. And by the way, on my AI resource section, I have a little AI training from Google. So it says, give me a quick walkthrough of the empire. Create a 12-week study plan for learning a new language. That's cool for those of us that love second languages. Create an image, a bedtime story. Oh, wouldn't that be cute for your kids? You could create a story about them. Help me find YouTube videos to care for a specific plant. Very, very cool. Okay, so all the same, we're going to compare and contrast. Great question. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Bayaban, right? Miss Bayaban? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so Miss Bayaban said, why don't we compare and contrast ChatGPT 3.5, ChatGPT 4 with Gemini? So let's do the same prompt that we did on ChatGPT so it's equal, apples and apples. Please, I always say, please, I can't stop. I should not. Bless my heart. I always say, please. Please create a Instagram post for an online guitar company teaching classical music. I won't say thank you, just for the sake of time. Gracias. Obrigado. Okay, grazie. Okay. Oh, look at this. They don't have a lot of emojis. They're missing emojis. Miss Bayaban. Unleash your inner maestro with company name. By the way, when they put the brackets, you erase the brackets and put your company name. Hopefully that's self-explanatory. But when I was coaching a client, she was keeping the brackets. I'm like, no, erase the brackets. One of the things we're going to do next with this, you know how I love YouTube so much because it helps you with search engine optimization. You, as a small business owner, one of the best things you can do for your business to be found and discovered in Google search is to have a YouTube channel named the keywords that people are looking for to find you, not your company name, not your name, but the keywords, because Google owns YouTube. And as of now, up until the time that AI takes over search, Google owns search. So if you have a YouTube channel, and Gemini would be really great with helping you with YouTube. So we'll go to that next. Okay. So they did the headline. Good. And they did the question. Remember I was teaching this in the seminar about how to speak with confidence. Ever dreamed of playing the timeless melodies of Bach, Mozart, and beyond? I like that. I like it. And then they put the company name. What I like about Gemini is they keep emphasizing inserting your company name. And they say, here's what you get. I don't know if I would say that kind of language. Here's what you get. But we didn't tell them what kind of tone we wanted. Expert instruction, flexible learning, a supportive community. Did you notice also ChatGPT talked about community? But if you're doing one-on-one online training, there may not be a community. So you could revise that. But if you do have a group class, then it would be good to keep that. I like how they're asking questions. They say visit our website, link in bio. They don't know that Instagram just changed the rules last week. This is why you need me human. This is why me, your social media goddess, won't be out of business, because even though AI thinks they're up to speed, they don't know that last week Instagram changed the rules. But who knows? Me, your human social media consultant. Okay. So you don't want to say link in bio because you'll get in trouble, but you could say visit our website to learn more and start your free trial today. Oh, I like free trial. Classic guitar. Some of their hashtags aren't bad. You don't want to use one word hashtags, and on Instagram, you only want to use 3 hashtags. So there's little teeny things that they don't know, but ChatGPT didn't know. This is very thin compared to ChatGPT. What do you think, Ms. Bayaban? What do you think? What is your thoughts? Which one do you like better? Where's the image? They say image, a captivating photo. Did they make an image? That's the one thing that ChatGPT created an image. Can you create the image for the post? Let's just see if they can. Remember, we're just asking. Ooh, I've never tried this with Gemini. Oh no, they can't. Well, what they did was, no, they're just giving suggestions. Okay. So while I cannot directly generate images, so that's the benefit of ChatGPT 4. It can directly generate images. And by the way, ChatGPT 4 generates images with DALL-E and Canva. So when you have ChatGPT 4, you have a plugin of Canva, and it will create templates in ChatGPT. Why do you think ChatGPT is creating templates for Canva? Because they want you to stay on ChatGPT, and they know a lot of you are using Canva. But wait, did you know Canva has apps and has an app for DALL-E, which is owned by ChatGPT, OpenAI, but it's not as good. It doesn't have the same quality images for whatever reason. So every platform, think of them. They're a small business like you, or they're a big business like you. And they want to make sure to keep eyeballs on their platform. Oh my God, time is running out.
Yeah.
I bet I need to stop so I can turn it over to Ashley to talk about next steps. But we did get to go over ChatGPT. Time flies when you're having fun with AI. Don't you love AI? It's so fun, right? And we got to
It's really fun.
We got
There
to
was a-
everybody in the chat.
Good question from Frank in the chat.
Oh,
He
okay.
says he's starting to get the idea. What about
Okay.
chat bots? How do I see those all over the place? How do those work with AI? Chat bots.
We could do a whole other class on chatbots. So by the way, chatbots are just like ManyChat. ManyChat is the chatbot that I highly recommend. I'm going to give you a link. I have it on the resource because it can be used with Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Somebody had asked me if it could be used integrated within your website. I don't think so. But you could go, depending on your website, if you have a Shopify website or a WordPress website, you can look to see what chatbots are compatible. And what you do, Frank, with chatbots is you program the frequently asked questions. So you put a list of the frequently asked questions and you put the answers. And then when a customer or a prospect types in the keyword, the chatbot will do the predictive response based on what they type.
Can I also indicate who I'm this, because this is one of my pet peeves. I will ask and it will, same question, and it will keep giving me, just going around in a circle. How can I kind of politely say that this is all the information in reference to, say, communication requirement? I'm looking for an email and I'm looking for a telephone number, and obviously I only have 1 or 2 that I will put out to the public. But
Right.
the chat box, when I go in there on a particular website and the chat bot, takes over.
Right. So are you talking about a business that you are doing business with, that their chatbot is not helping you?
Yeah, when I'm looking for something, because my business is really kind of unique in the sense that my business is going overseas. I want to engage other countries' local businesses with me so I can partner up with them to bid for government contracts.
Right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. And that's something that probably I would have to work with you one-on-one to just kind of do research to find out the best
Which is on
chatbot
what I'm
for you.
going to talk about next, because I think we have a program that could really help Frank with some one-on-one support to get through.
Oh,
it.
yes. Long as I don't have to go to the bank.
Exactly. So I have a question for all of you. Thank you for all of you for being here. My question is, can you all see? So these are Weave's client avatars. We have Dreaming Deanna. Are you ready to embrace your entrepreneurial spirit? Do you have several business ideas, but aren't sure where to begin? We have the course for you at Weave. It's Explore. We walk through if the business is feasible, could you actually make money with this business? Are you personally ready to start a business? We have Building It, Brenda. Are you feeling overwhelmed with the many, many hats you have to wear as a small business owner, including having to learn how to do and leverage AI? Do you want to leverage the power of AI to map out your business and prioritize actions? We have our Weave Canvas course starting in April. Or maybe you're crushing it, Kathy. You're an established business owner who's been in operation for several years, ready to take things to the next level. We have Weave's Business Finance or one-on-one consulting. So put in the chat for me, who do you resonate with? A, B, or C? Dreaming Diana, Building It Brenda, or Crushing It Kathy? Who do you feel like you most resonate with? I see a couple B's. Anybody else? B and C. A, Linda, you're still feeling out your ideas. Explore course might be right for you. B and C, Ginger. Okay, great. So that's awesome. You might feel like you resonate with a couple of these, which means that a couple of Weave offerings might be the right fit for you. So I have a special offer today that I want to share. We have some clarity calls, because I think sometimes when you look at a website, you think, where do I go? You know, how do I start? I want to access some of these resources, but I'm not really sure where to get started. So we have the opportunity to have a clarity call with one of our program coordinators, Deanna. She's not Dreaming Deanna. Her name is Deanna Garcia. And if you schedule your clarity call with Deanna, I'm going to give you 20% off a Weave course. So if you schedule it before March 8th, you'll get 20% off a Weave course or program. Maybe you want the one-on-one consulting of your choice. So I encourage you to go. It'll take 2 seconds to go ahead and schedule that clarity call with Deanna to learn about the Weave program that's going to be the best fit for you. I also wanted to share that we are going to be in downtown Santa Barbara coming up this Sunday. How many of you knew that it's International Women's Day on March 8th? Maricela knows. It's International Women's Day, and we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate all the awesome work of women entrepreneurs in our community. Linda, thank you for saying that you want a clarity call. So go ahead, I put in the chat, and I'll put it in the chat again, the link to the clarity call. We're going to be downtown Presidio, Santa Barbara. How many of you have ever heard of the Mujeres Makers Market? The Mujeres are wonderful. They're such an amazing group. They have a monthly makers market. Hundreds of community members come from all over California to see the amazing work that the women are selling. Beautiful, beautiful things, everything from candles to jewelry to just so many cool things. And we're going to be there. Weave is going to have a booth to celebrate. This year's theme for International Women's Day is Inspire Inclusion, Accelerate Change, Invest in Women. And we'll have our staff down there. We'll have some free giveaways at the booth. So definitely encourage you to come downtown to the Presidio. It's at 123 East Canon Perdido Street. And we'll be here. We'll be there most of the day, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So please come and say hello to us at the Presidio. Weave is all about connection. As you can see from this call, we made it a meeting, not a webinar, so we could have more engagement with you, see your faces for those of you who are willing to share your screen. And we're just really, we want to meet you. We want to be here for you. We know you could find some of this information by Googling a YouTube video, but that's not what we're about. We're really about connection and meeting you where you are and providing you with relevant resources. So please schedule a clarity call if you want to connect with one of our staff members to learn more. Yeah, and thank you. I'm going to unshare my screen so we can talk a little bit more. If there's any additional final questions, I'm happy to stay on for a bit longer. And just wanted to give a big thank you. Let's go to the reactions button in Zoom and give Deborah a round of applause. Thank you, Deborah, for sharing your
Thank
expertise
you.
with us today. I took some notes today. AI is always evolving. It's so crazy. I mean, every day there's a new tool, there's a new
Right.
resource. And so, you know, there's just so many things. The Canvas class that I mentioned that's starting in April, basically, I was worried that we were going to get put out of business by AI because now there's an AI tool that generates a business model, one-page business plan for you. But that's a different way to think about it differently. You know, we're going to use that tool and leverage that tool and unpack it with people and do some sense checking together in a class and talk about, okay, AI generated this business model canvas for me. Now, you know, how can I put that into action? And what does this mean? You know, we're really excited about that.
Yeah, and AI preheats the oven, but it still takes humans to cook the dinner. So, so humans are still here to say,
Exactly. And I'm going to put a link also in the chat to all the business classes at Weave. So I encourage you to schedule that clarity call because I think it will help you decide what the best to the sponsors that I shared at the beginning of this class. The Explore class, the regular fee is $150. But like I said, if you schedule the clarity call, you'll get 20% off of that. And we also have a sliding scale. So if any of the course fees are too much for you, what you can do in your business at the moment, we're happy to work with you and find a course fee that will work for you.
and Linda's asking if they're held over Zoom.
Yeah, so the Explore class is held over Zoom. Most of our classes are over Zoom. However, we're noticing and we're sensing that, you know, some stuff is better learned in person. So for example, our upcoming Get Your Small Business Online course is going to be in person in Goleta, starting in a couple weeks on March 13th. Because when you're trying to do a lot of, you know, building a website, building socials, it's really helpful to be there in a room with an instructor with a laptop in front of you to get that hands-on support. So some classes on Zoom, some classes in person, it just depends. Nipomo, absolutely. Yeah, if you're willing to drive to the Get Your Business Online class in Goleta, you're definitely welcome to join.
Okay.
We're probably going to have that course in Santa Maria or San Luis Obispo later in the year. So if you wanted to wait for that, but for Explore, that's on Zoom. So you would be more than welcome to join.
Cool.
Greg is saying, I have a women-owned small business overseas. I'd given her the link, but she's not registered in the US. Yeah. So if she's not in the United States, I mean, that depends where she is. The time difference could be a barrier. But she, you know, it depends on the course, but frankly, we could work with her to make sure that she gets access to Weave resources, even if she's overseas. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much.
Please feel free to reach out with any additional questions. We'll share the recording after today's call. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Take care.